Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 27 of the 2019-2020 Bundesliga season. Now, before we get onto the predictions, let's have a quick look back at how well we got on in week 26.
So last week had an average score of 8 points with one perfect result, that being Bayern Munich to beat Union Berlin 2-0.
And I had a couple more points than you, Nathan. I came away with 10 points, 2 perfect scores. The Wolfsberg victory over Augsburg, which ended up 2-1 to Wolfsberg, and exactly the same as you as well, the 2-0 away victory for Bayern Munich over Union Berlin. And if Werder Bremen had just kept out Leverkusen for a little bit longer, I would have had another 3 points there. But 10 points for me is a very good return in the first Bundesliga week, I think. Representing the viewers last week was Harry Doherty, and Harry came away with just the 4 points last week, so better luck this week, Harry. Top scorer of week 26 though, with a very good score of 11 points, was Darren Warburton. So Darren, congratulations on that magnificent score. But enough of it last week, let's crack on and make some predictions for week 27.
Another derby in this game week, and that is the Berlin derby between Hertha Berlin and Union Berlin. Union Berlin losing 2-0 to Bayern Munich, but against Bayern Munich, I'd say that's an alright result, especially for a team that is up there in the table. And last week, Hertha Berlin got a fantastic result against Hoffenheim, won 3-0 away. In this one, it could go either way. Last time around, it was Union Berlin won 1-0 at their home ground. Cracking atmosphere there, but there's no crowds this time, and it's at it'll be a very empty Olympia Stadion, or whatever it's called in German. So I think this one's going to better in the favour of Hertha Berlin in this one, and I'm going to say a 2-1 victory to the blue side of Berlin.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight match. This takes place on Friday evening at 7:30 UK time. Hertha Berlin, as you said, Nathan, had a fantastic away victory against Hoffenheim last week. I think the captain, the Croatian rather, I should say, Ibisevic, getting on the score sheet. I think he's something like 35. I think it was only his 4th goal of the season. But yeah, they put Hoffenheim to the sword. Could have scored some more goals. Hoffenheim looked really rusty on the weekend. Union Berlin, as you said, 2-0 down against Bayern Munich. So I think this is going to be tight, because Union did play quite well against Bayern Munich, and it wasn't till late in the second half that Bayern Munich really put on the pressure. I think they did have a goal disallowed, Bayern Munich, as well, for offside. I think it was Müller who put the ball away when it looked like it was going in anyway. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the home side in this one. Their away form has been fantastic, Hertha Berlin, recently, but I think they're going to carry that on for the at home and push themselves up the table, cement themselves really in mid-table. Next up, we've got the first of the Saturday afternoon fixtures taking place at 2:30 British time. That's between Freiburg against Werder Bremen. Now, Freiburg last weekend coming away with a very creditable draw against RB Leipzig. Leipzig were all over them really for large parts of that match. Totally dominated, just couldn't score. Timo Werner couldn't find the back of the net. I think it was Poulsen who powered in with a magnificent header there for Leipzig in the end. But yeah, Freiburg, as we said, great away draw. They had a goal disallowed or something, and VAR's reared its ugly head yet again, and could have gone on to win against Leipzig last week, but it wasn't to be. Coming up against Werder Bremen, terrible bottom end, finding themselves in 17th position at the moment. Defence all over the place against Bayer Leverkusen last week. Terrible. I can't see anything here than a Freiburg win. I think it's going to be narrow. I think Werder Bremen are going to tighten up. They're going to watch videos of that match last week. So I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 victory to Freiburg in this one.
Yeah, I've actually gone for a 1-0 win as well. And that'll keep Freiburg in 7th position, which is very, very good for a newly promoted side as well. Especially coming up from Bundesliga 2, sort of doing a Sheffield United if you watch the Premier League. But yeah, Werder Bremen all over the place, looks like they're going to get relegated, and even, well, possibly if they don't get any better, finish bottom, lower than Paderborn.
Yeah, I think they're on, they've lost 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, terrible.
Werder Bremen, so not looking good.
But anyway, next up we have Gladbach versus Bayer Leverkusen. Quite an interesting match, this one. 3rd v 5th. Leverkusen, very good last time around. 2 Kai Havertz goals in their 4-1 victory over Werder Bremen last time around, with Werder Bremen's shocking defence. Whereas Gladbach, solid in 3rd place, beaten Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1 last week as well. This one could go either way really, but I'm going to go with exactly the same result that they had in the last fixture, and that was Borussia Monchengladbach 2-1.
Oh, really? Going to go for a home?
I'm going to go for a Gladbach win.
Well,
with a Kai Havertz goal.
I'm also going to go
as well for Leverkusen.
Yeah, I'm also going to go for a 2-1 victory. Although I'm going to go it for Leverkusen in this one. I was so impressed with that victory over Werder Bremen, even though Werder Bremen were very poor. I think, Kai Havertz looks fantastic. Both goals scored with his head. I think the 3rd goal as well was scored from the head of Weiser. So, I can see them going to Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are in fine form themselves, winning 4 of their last 6 matches. But I think with Gladbach beating Frankfurt in the last one, I saw a little bit of vulnerability there. So I think Leverkusen look ever so good, and I'm going to go for that 2-1 away victory. Next up, we've got Paderborn against Hoffenheim. Now, Paderborn coming away with a 0-0 draw away against Dusseldorf in the last fixture. I think Dusseldorf, coming into that fixture, had only lost once in the last 6, so it was a tough ask for Paderborn, you could say, but they did grind out that 0-0 draw. Dusseldorf in that match were all over Paderborn. I think they even hit the post or the woodwork 3 times in that match as well, or it may have been 4, but in the end, Paderborn in front of goal, their striker just couldn't put it away. I think a cross came in from the left and they couldn't convert. It went high and wide, and they could have come away with a victory themselves, Paderborn, in that one. But in this fixture against Hoffenheim got dispatched ever so easily in the last match against Hertha Berlin, especially with Hoffenheim's awful form at the moment as well. Absolute terrible. But they do find themselves in 9th position, Hoffenheim. But in this one, I'm going to go for a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to go for a home victory in this one. I'm going to go for a Paderborn win, and I'm going to go for 1-0. I think they're going to keep another clean sheet, Paderborn. Yeah, I think that would be their 5th victory of the season if they pull this one off as well. Yeah, Hoffenheim did get dispatched to Union Berlin last time around. However, I think that Hoffenheim are going to see this one and are going to be up for it. I don't think Paderborn will be able to win this one, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 away Hoffenheim win. Yeah, Hoffenheim, of course, won their last fixture between the two at home in Hoffenheim, 3-0. So, tough one to call, but anything could happen in this one, really. But these two teams way out of form at the moment. Going from 2 teams with terrible form over to 2 teams in really good form, we've got Wolfsberg, and they are at home to Dortmund. Wolfsberg got a good win over Augsburg last time around, 2-1. Meanwhile, Dortmund played very well in the Riva derby last week as well. Oh, magnificent 4-0 against Schalke, 4-0. Erling Haaland, we all thought that he'd just start to die down a bit with the hype and everything, but nope, he's on fire as usual with a cringe celebration as well. It was totally cringe, that one. But anyway, probably a difficult one to predict, but I was so impressed with Dortmund that last week that I can only match their result from the previous meeting, and that was 3-0 to Dortmund, so I'm going to go 3-0 Dortmund. Yeah, probably with a Haaland hat-trick. Really, wow. Yeah. Interesting, this one, yeah. Wolfsberg in magnificent form. They're on 39 points at this moment, so they won't really get in that top 5, you could say, unless, I don't know, everything falls apart. But a good away victory against Augsburg. Dortmund totally dominant at home against Schalke. Haaland, as you've said, but Rafael Guerreiro, the Portuguese left back, scored 2 cracking goals. Totally dominant Dortmund in this one. I think they will concede Dortmund in this one. I can see Wolfsberg getting on the score sheet, but the attacking prowess and Sancho didn't even feature last week. The likes of Klon was out as well. Witsel as well, he was out. So lots of players missing last weekend. So I think they're going to score 3 goals, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 away victory to Borussia Dortmund in this one. Next up, we got the 5:30 fixture, tea time in the UK. Bayern Munich against Frankfurt. Now, in the reverse fixture, Frankfurt actually beat Munich 5-1. So they're going to be looking for revenge in this one. Lewandowski continued his great scoring run. He's now on 26 goals for the season. An absolute machine there up front. Okay, Bayern Munich took a little bit of time before they completed the victory over Union Berlin last weekend. But in this one, at home, looking to get revenge over Frankfurt. Frankfurt at the moment find themselves hovering, you could say, over the relegation zone. Frankfurt losing at home against Monchengladbach, so straightforward victory. I can see this one. Bayern Munich 3-0.
Interesting. I've actually gone for a much closer affair on this one. I've gone for a 2-1 Bayern Munich victory. It's going to be nothing like the 5-1 Frankfurt last time around, but Bayern seem dominant as ever. I think Frankfurt will get a goal in there, but won't be enough. Right, moving on to the Sunday fixtures at 12:30, of course, UK time. We have got Schalke 04 versus Augsburg. Augsburg, of course, last time around lost 2-1 to Wolfsberg, whereas Schalke got dispatched. Whereas Schalke got absolutely destroyed by Borussia Dortmund. Both teams on terrible form at the moment. I don't think Schalke have won it over their last 6 matches. Both teams really struggling, and for that reason, I'm actually going to go for a shock here, and I'm going to say this is going to be a draw, and I think it's going to be 2-2.
Interesting. So plenty of goals. There were plenty of goals last weekend as well. I think there was some like 27 or 29 goals. I think it was 27 goals. Last weekend, or was it 29? This fixture though, Schalke at home against Augsburg. I think in the reverse fixture, Schalke won 3-2 away from home. Hopefully Schalke are going to learn a lot from that defeat last weekend against Dortmund. They should. I think there'll be plenty. Well, I think there'll be a few goals in this one. And I'm going to go for a home victory to Schalke in this one, 2-1 against 2 very out of form teams at the moment. Next up, we've got the 2:30 kickoff between Mainz against RB Leipzig. Now, Mainz 2-0 down against Koln last weekend. It looked like Koln were going to romp to victory, but they did get back into it. Came back, and the second goal, I think, was by Kande. He waltzed through the Koln defence to really score probably the goal of the weekend for me in that Koln-Mainz fixture. It was a good game. I really enjoyed that one. So in this fixture though, tough one to call because Mainz are at home. Leipzig at the moment, they are in 4th position. That's their 3rd draw last time out. That draw against Freiburg, which even though they dominated, they could have quite easily have lost as well. So I'm going to go for an away victory in this one. Earlier in the season, they absolutely destroyed Mainz in, as you say, Nathan, 8-0. Yeah, because of Leipzig, they were dominant in that last fixture. I expect Timo Werner will get on the score sheet this weekend, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 away victory. Yeah,
I totally agree. I think Timo Werner's just going to score a few goals in this one. Mainz up and down at the moment. Form-wise, but Leipzig look good, and I think they're going to dispatch them. So, like the team of Werner, Sabitzer, and all of the fantastic Leipzig players, just going to dispatch them easily. 3-0 to Leipzig. And finally, we've got FC Cologne versus Dusseldorf. Middle of the table versus bottom of the table clash as the 5 o'clock fixture on Sunday. Cologne last time around got a very good draw with FC Mainz, and then Dusseldorf also got a draw with Paderborn, even though they should have been expected to win that. Dusseldorf currently in the relegation playoffs at the moment. Going to be a tight one. Dusseldorf did win 2-0 in the earlier fixture in the season. Koln look a bit dodgy at the moment, especially defensively, and it's really hard to call this one. I'm going to say a narrow 1-0 Dusseldorf win.
Really? An away win? Wow.
Away win.
Well, you could, looking at Dusseldorf, they've only lost once in their last 6 fixtures. I'm not sure if they've got a new manager as well down there in Dusseldorf. Klon in 10th position on 33 points currently. It was Dusseldorf who won the reverse fixture earlier in the season. Koln really should have seen out that game against Mainz on the weekend before letting them back in. So I think it's going to be a very tight affair. I can't actually separate these two. I think there'll be a couple of goals, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. So that concludes our predictions for week 27 of this the 2019-2020 Bundesliga season. Now, as usual, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. If you'd like to play at home, then please copy and paste them into your comment and make your predictions. And like Darren Warburton last weekend, who got 11 points, you could get a shout out in the next video. Now, the first of these fixtures on the weekend, Nathan, is taking place on Friday evening, so I'm going to probably do the draw possibly on Friday morning, and I'll let you know of community post who will be representing you guys, the viewers. Now, next week, I think there's going to be a bit of a fixture pile up.
Yeah, there's a pile
there is. I think we've got something like three fixtures in the next sort of 10 days or something, so we're going to be on your screens a little bit more more often in this coming week or so. A lot of work for the both of us in producing this content, so I look forward to that. So Nathan, before we go, is there anything you'd like to add?
Search my channel, link in description below.
As always
Indeed.
And Premier League wise,
I have done I am in the process of making a video criticising absolutely annihilating Premier League's Project Restart. The video is recorded, just needs to be edited now, so expect that to be up either tomorrow night or at some point on Friday.
Superb. I'm going to look forward to that one. I wasn't involved in that one, of course. I've been working at the moment. So thanks for watching as always, guys. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We're trying to get up to 3,000 subscribers now by the end of the summer, so it'd mean an awful lot if you could do that. But stick around for the football content over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see you real soon.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for watching.